No. No, I mean, you talk about the heartbeat of a company, somebody who just, she sends out emails constantly. She's head of sales and works tirelessly to keep the inspiration up. And clearly, from what you do to all of us keep that sales pace going, you're the heartbeat of that, Roxanne, and thank you so much for being here. So, when you guys say,
Absolutely.
Sunday afternoon, we get that thing from Roxanne, it's pretty cool.
Sunday morning at like
Yeah, Pat and I get it in the morning if you wake up.
it goes out in the morning.
All right. So we have three, we can sit down, Matt. We have three home buyers. I used to do we used to have a motivational speech here that we do in the afternoon. We'd bring them in, and I remember one year, Jacob said, Dan, I got the perfect guy, okay? Some sustainability editor. You know, he got to his 45th slide. I felt like just cutting my throat with a butter knife. I said, give him the hook. It's too much. But the reality is that, sorry, Jacob. The most inspiration I think we can get is really having home buyers come in and talk about their process at KB Home. And so, what I'd like to do now is ask that, Dom and John come out, and Roxanne, you're going to help. We're going to interview them. So, great family. Dom and John had a great experience with us. We're going to come out and talk to them and just have a little bit of fun. So,
How you doing?
good. How are you?
Doing great, man. Doing great.
Great. Thanks for coming up. Hey, guys. How are you?
Doing good, man.
I know we practiced this, but you get a little intimidated by the bright lights?
No, not really.
so
It's the
good.
people.
Yeah. Doing all right? Good. We don't want to put you on the spot. You said you did not want to sing for sure, right? Good, okay.
He might dance.
All right. Well, guys, have a seat. Let's
Thank
just
you.
talk a little bit. Listen, all of us are just like so delighted you came and want to talk to us today. And we couldn't be happier. And we're going to talk about your overall experience you had at KB Home. And I saw that first question out to you guys. I mean, I think you're an Army veteran, right?
That's me, actually.
Army veteran, yeah. So, why don't you share a little bit of background on you, and then how did you get with John, and what was the process like, and how did you get interested in KB Home?
Well, that's a broad question. There's a lot of
Yeah,
answers
just
in
start
there.
with that one, okay?
Well, I will start by saying I'm actually a Las Vegas native. I was born and raised here. I went to Las Vegas Academy for Dance. Much to my dance teacher's dismay, I decided to join the Army during high school. Actually, I was
High
still a
school?
senior in high school. It was right after 9/11, actually. So dance school didn't really seem all that important.
Roxanne, you can help me out here. Let's just talk about their process and how they went through it, and I think it was a pretty special experience, wasn't it?
Oh, this family has a great story. Let's start by recognizing Hannah and her gold dress.
Hannah,
Give it up for that
Hannah, that dress is so cute.
I know, I looked for it in my size. They didn't have it.
gold dress. We like your KB dress and black belt. You look great.
So do you.
Thank you. And Mason, thank you for joining us on stage. Teenagers don't always like to do these kinds of things, so thanks for coming. Well, you guys are first-time homeowners, so how did you start your home search?
We actually were looking, typically like you do on Zillow and all of the other
Driving around the
neighborhoods, looking at for sale signs, just your average way,
Okay, and did you think that you were going to build? Did you plan on building, or did you think maybe you'd have to get a used home?
Honestly, we were thinking we were going to have to go used. We didn't think we could afford new.
I didn't even know about building for just an average family. I thought that was what rich people did. I didn't even know it was a possibility for us. So it was a nice little surprise.
Well, they actually have a pretty great story on how they found us. So, John, do you want to share with us what happened that evening that you
Sure.
found us?
We were actually planning to go to dinner. We weren't even planning on buying a house anytime soon. But we saw the big orange KB sign driving down the road, and we were just like, let's go see what they got. not? You know, I'm like, the price range was right in our area, so we're like, let's go see. And
Mind you, I'm starving this whole time. He's
Yeah.
like, let's stop and look at this house real quick. I'm like, do you know what I'm like with low blood sugar?
so Anita happened to be at the show house, and you know, we were just like started looking through the floor plans. We're like, this is great. You know, we got this huge counter space and stuff. So we were looking, and they were like, we were looking for a waterfront property, and they happened to have one left, and it just kind of all started to fall into place, and like all the options that we had to choose from was exactly what we were looking for.
Meanwhile, I'm upstairs trying to change the baby, and I hear him discussing numbers, and I'm like, baby, are you buying a house right now? And he says, no, maybe.
No, maybe? That was,
Yeah, and
Love that.
we ended up putting an earnest deposit down that day.
Yeah.
So wait a minute, you guys were just gonna go out to dinner.
Yeah.
And we
And you
ended up
happened to
having-
stop by KB Home,
Mhm.
and it was no maybe. And
Yeah, it was like,
definite yes.
I didn't think we could afford it, and then things just started falling into place, and we put down the earnest deposit, ran the numbers, and it looked like it was all gonna work out, so.
They were
Ended up
what
with
we
a house
call-
as big as we wanted.
They were what we call a first time out customer. So not only were they first time home buyers, but they made one stop on the way to dinner, had no expectation, and then how did you leave?
But,
Deposit,
yeah.
please.
Yeah.
I was like, so are we still going to dinner?
The restaurant was still open.
It was a very
And the salesperson said, we will bring in pizza, let's get all the paperwork done.
Bring in a pizza, sign here, yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was a lot of
So now that you've been in your home for a while, what are one or two choices that you've enjoyed in your home?
The central focus in the home is the kitchen. Obviously, we're foodies. We love food, and the kitchen is just kind of where everything starts. And so our sink is probably the Moen sink, and the Kohler sink and the Moen faucet are actually like,
Wait, did I hear Kohler sink and Moen faucet?
Yeah.
Any Kohler or Moen people out there?
Yay!
Thank you, guys.
that's our favorite. From preparing dinner to cleaning up the messes with this one.
Yeah.
Oh, there she is, look. Yes, that's it. Everything starts and ends right there at the kitchen on the
She's made the
countertop.
net sink a few times.
That is great. So you're both cooks, right?
Yeah.
So tell us about how you're enjoying the kitchen. What do you like best about the kitchen?
Well, we've got a lot of counter space, and we have a big area to work with, so we can both be in the kitchen at the same time without stepping on toes or tripping over each other.
And be able to see into the living room to watch
Yeah.
the kids at the same time.
Yeah.
That's
No
Mason,
flavor.
are they really as good cooks as they say they are?
Yeah. He's waiting for our chicken Alfredo when we get home.
Okay, good.
Aren't you, I also think you're pretty good at Instagram too, right?
That's this one.
Dom,
Maybe a little bit.
Maybe a little bit. You guys did a lot did you do a lot of posting when you first came in? And I know your experience was shared with many, many, many people.
Oh, yeah.
The thing is, our families and our friends are all over the world, and we're the only ones in Jacksonville. We didn't know anybody there when we moved there, so it's the only way that we could share what we were doing and how things were. So Instagram, I just kind of became good at it. It was mostly just to say, hey, this is what we're doing without having to talk on the phone to anyone.
Yeah, there's too many people to keep
I
updated.
don't like
so
that.
it's, social media is our way to keep everyone connected with our lives. So they got to go through the whole
Awesome.
KB process with us.
Yeah, yeah. And does Hannah, does she also Instagram?
She loves the camera.
Yeah.
She loves the phone, so she's my little Instagram friend.
You
Yeah.
go through her photos on her phone. It's literally Hannah, 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 Hannah.
Yeah.
Eventually one of her, and then Hannah again.
Hannah's a year and a half old.
Yep.
Oh, she's so
Just the other day, she turned 18 months.
How did buying a home help you achieve your life's goals?
Well, we're using it as kind of a stepping stone. You know, we were renting before and basically paying someone else's mortgage. So I wanted to get into a position where we could start building our own equity and basically paying ourselves, and then use this home to flip it to, you know, buy another house, a bigger house, and just keep moving up the ladder.
We're eventually looking to buy land, acreage, larger property. So this was a nice beginning. What a beginning it is! I think we chose the right company. I can't
Yeah.
imagine doing it any other way now.
Yeah.
All of our friends are very intrigued.
More like a family than a company. You know, we got
Sure.
people coming by the house. You know, we love you guys.
Can you tell us a little bit about your relationship with Anita, your salesperson, and actually watching your home going up through the process? Because you were able to watch all that,
Let me
right?
take this one. Yes, it's really sweet because Anita, Cherry was her last name, she would be randomly throughout the neighborhood and she would come over and knock on the door whenever she would see us. It was so sweet, and it was always very comforting to see her because it can be kind of stressful when you're buying a new house. There's a lot of new things going on, a lot of doubts that you might have, and just having her reassure you and have a friendly face was really nice. But I think Dan was actually the guy. Dan was our man. He was our what was he? A superintendent?
Superintendent, I
The
believe,
superintendent? He was fabulous. Like, he was on top of everything
Making sure
all
all
the
the homes were taken
time.
care of, showing us all the process of getting into the home and, things to maintain the home so we don't, let it crumble around us.
Constantly asking questions about how Hannah was doing, how we were feeling, if we needed anything. Anytime we ever texted him, he was always right back with us. So
Yeah.
it was really nice to have just that connection, and for me, that reassurance that if there was something wrong, Dan was always going to answer our calls.
Yeah.
Always.
And Renee at the showroom was also a lot of fun too. She picked a lot of the options, or helped us pick a lot of the options in the showroom, so she had really good taste.
That is great. Thank y'all so much for coming. It means a lot for you to
Yeah.
share your
Pleasure.
story with us. If you want to follow Dom on Instagram, I know she's putting a lot of pictures of Hannah, but she's also putting a lot of pictures of her KB home.
For sure.
So,
Definitely.
Yeah.
Before they go, we understand that you guys like to have a fence in your backyard for little
That would be
Hannah.
awesome.
So,
I wanted to play in the yard and not worry about her getting into the pond.
so on behalf of everybody here, all of our partners and suppliers, and our team there, we're going to put a fence in your backyard so little Hannah can be safe for coming here.
What was that?
Would that be okay?
I was busy with the shoe.
You're going to like the fence in your backyard?
Keeps the alligators.
Oh, thank you so much.
Keeps the alligators out.
That is
All right.
awesome.
Thank
Really
you so
appreciate
Well,
it.
that's awesome. I hope you have a good time in Las Vegas. And
Thank you.
you know what? There's nothing more important to any company than a customer. And I hope that your experience is one that you'll never forget, because we're never going to forget you.
Absolutely.
And the awesome family that you guys have, and for coming here and sharing with everybody about how great it was to get to a KB home.
We're definitely Team KB.
Good, Roxanne?
Thank you.
Great job. Thank
Okay,
you guys.
thank you guys.